in Italy. I'm going to open up the trading view because I want to start looking at the London Stock Exchange and the European markets. They've opened basically. So I'm in my swing trading paper account and I want to go through some simple steps to see if I can identify any trades that are worth taking. So first thing that I want to do is quickly look at what's happening from the index perspective. So if we look at the ENX, which is the Euronext, we see it's a day that's gone up 0.85%, better than yesterday. So it's doubled. So that's already a good sign that the market is generally trending in the right direction. So then based upon that, I'll go ahead and head over to my swing trading EUR stocks, as well as, to be honest with you, before I switch here, I want to have a look at what's happening in London as well. London it went down yesterday, but now it looks like it's moving back up again, which is good. So we've got two that are moving up. To that extent, what we want to do then, generally speaking, is to head over to our stock screener, and then we want to have a look at some of our saved, fundamentally, stock searches. So if we have a look at the UK market, I'm going to go for looking at the balance of stocks that are down versus stocks that are up. But what I want to do is change the market that we're looking at. So we've got multi-select selected, and now if I search EUR, we'll literally have a look at the European markets, as you can see. So go there to the European markets, and the filters that we set up are just looking at stocks between $2 to $40. Let's just expand that to $80. So we've got a bit of a range, and we can see now that there are 24 companies that are listed as being in that range. So we will save this now, save screen as 4% down, and this is the European EUR market. So that's that part there. Now what we also want to do is take a look at the same filter, but now we're going to do above or equal to 4. So that was 24. So we've got 26 matches here. Also, the European markets have slightly less liquidity, so you could also have a look. Okay, so if we look at above or 3%, in fact, we're seeing that there's 51 matches, so above or equal to 50. So now what I'll do is I'll also save that screen as, so that's 51 matches, 3% up screen for the EUR market. So if we then go back to the other filter, 3% up, 4% down, EU market. So we'll go into here, and what we'll do is we'll also put -3, 37. Okay, cool. So that indicates to us that if we save that then also, so we'll 4% down screen, we'll call this the 3% down screen for the EUR market. What that tells us is that the market is generally in a good position. So what we'll do now is we'll head over to look at the, let's have a look at the filters here. So we've got EU stocks. So let's just have a look at the filters we've got set up here. So average day volume for the last 10 days, we want to set it to 50K. Volume doesn't need to be that much there. We also want to then take a look at 3 months performance. We'll say change. We'll get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Change it last month to, let's say, 8% move. And then today, if we look at anything that's 3% or above, we'll then see that there's 5 items. If we get rid of this also, we'll see there's 12 items. Okay, fine. So now we've got 3% up, $2 to $40 stock. So we'll now save that as EU 3% up, low price stocks. Shoot trade. So we go ahead and take a look. Now the filter has just knocked out everything. So I want to see if we do 3%. Okay, so there's obviously been a bit of a mistake here. So get rid of that. And already that gives us some more items. We just take that off. Do 50, do 50. What does that give us? %, 3%, 80. Oh, 80. We really don't get many items. We get there. So what else can we change? New 3-month high, we get rid of that. Okay, primary listing, current trading day. Okay, fine. So now I think we've got the filters. Fine. So now let's just take a look at what we've got here based on this. So we're not going to trade that. We're not going to trade that. We're looking at the day. We are looking at the day trading chart. Yep. So let's go ahead to see the ones that have got the smallest change. Okay, cool. So this is 1%. This is 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's potentially still 8% left in this move. We lost the bigger side of the move, but I still think there's some of this move to go. So we'll enter. I forget that they do instant order placement now. So we'll do a stop loss that's a bit further down because it's not been the biggest move. And then we will then just observe. And what we'll do also is, I think I'll turn instant order placement off. Trading instant orders placement, turn that off. And then if we look at the buy, we'll do 4 more shares. So do that. 44.70. So that's that one there. And we'll just monitor that. That's a no. That's gapped up, so it's a no. Some big wicks here. That's gone up 2%, 11%, minus 4, 6, 10. So we don't know if it's going to break its previous high. So yeah, we won't trade that. I think it's just a bit too risky. Now this looks like it's potentially a better trade. That was bearish engulfing, but it looks like it's going back up again, which is nice to see. We just take a look at the general trend of the stock. Yeah, I think there's something there within that. So we'll head over to there. We'll zoom in again, take a look. So we'll enter this trade. We'll get 10 shares in. Go ahead. We'll set a stop loss because we'll set at the bottom of this candle. That was 3%, that was 4%, 7%. So there's still some range there. So we've got that one that we're in at. We keep going. This is a no. Another problem is that we're looking at, this is something that we entered before, it looks like, because we got that there. So I think this still has some room, but what we want to do probably is set a buy order, but we'll do a limit order. And we'll do it at price 2180. The price reaches 2090. 2090. And then we'll buy 10 shares. And we'll set a stop loss of bit up. We'll do it based on that. So that's what we've done there. So looking at this, I think that what we need to do is adjust our screener. So above or equal, but instead we'll set it between 2 to 8%. And that'll give us probably the stocks that we want to look at. So now we'll edit this. Or rather, we'll save as EU 2 to 8% up low price stocks to trade. And there you go, guys. So I think that that's fine in terms of trades for today because we're already in If we look at it from a swing trading perspective, we're in 8 trades at the moment. This one that we entered is already down, which is annoying, but let's see what happens. It's fine, because that's the whole principle, to learn from it. This definitely wouldn't be a trade that my mentor would recommend. There was an alert that came in. UGC is crossing that line, which suggests that this is a buy. So we go in and do 5 shares there. And then we set a stop loss halfway for the candle. That's that one there. Delete that now. So that's done. So now if we head out, we now have our trades for the day. So we've taken 1, 2. If we look at the symbols, we've taken 1, 2 unit credit, 1, 2, 3 trades that we've taken. And that is everything for the EUR session. Thank you, guys. Let's see what happens. So the strategy is that they're all in a trend. Hopefully they move up and to the right. And yeah, let's see what happens. Thank you, guys.